Imagine you're at a stadium and the crowd is quiet, watching closely. Two fighters are on a big mat in the middle of the floor. One suddenly grabs the other's arm and flips them onto their back. The person on the bottom wraps their legs around the other's waist and pulls them in tight. They aren't punching or kicking. They're using skill, not strength. The crowd leans in. Every small move matters. This is Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and it's all about control, balance, and smart thinking. A long time ago, in Japan, there was a martial art called Jiu Jitsu. It was used by samurai warriors. These warriors wore armor and fought in battles. Jiu Jitsu helped them defend themselves if they lost their weapons. Instead of striking hard, it used balance, pressure, and smart movement to win a fight. It worked by using an opponent's strength against them. In the early 1900s, a man named Mitsuyo Maeda left Japan. He was a master of Jiu-Jitsu and Judo, a newer martial art based on Jiu-Jitsu. Maeda traveled to many countries to show people his skills. In 1914, he came to Brazil. In Brazil, Maeda met a man named Gaston Gracie. Gracie helped Maeda settle in the country. As thanks, Maeda taught Judo and Jiu-Jitsu to Gaston's son, Carlos Gracie. Carlos loved the art. He trained hard and learned everything he could. Then he taught his brothers. One of those brothers was Helio Gracie. Helio was not very strong or big. At first, he could not do many of the moves, but he watched closely. He learned how to change the techniques to make them work for someone smaller and weaker. Over time, he helped create a new version of the martial art. This version became known as Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu was different. It focused more on ground fighting. Most of the moves were done while lying down or close to the ground. It used joint locks and chokeholds to stop an opponent. The idea was that even a small person could beat a big person with the right technique. The Gracie family opened schools to teach BJJ. They also challenged other fighters to test their skills. Helio Gracie once fought a much larger opponent named Waldemar Santana. The fight lasted over 3 hours. Helio lost, but his courage and skill made many people respect BJJ. His family kept improving the art. They wanted to prove that their style worked in real fights. In the 1990s, one of Helio's sons, Royce Gracie, entered a new kind of competition in the United States. It was called the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or UFC. In the UFC, fighters from different styles competed against each other. There were no weight classes in the beginning. Royce was smaller than many of his opponents, but he won fight after fight using Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. People around the world were amazed. After that, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu became very popular. Many people wanted to learn it. More schools opened in the United States, Europe, and Asia. Today, BJJ is part of training for many mixed martial artists. Police officers, soldiers, and everyday people also learn BJJ to protect themselves. A big idea in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is that you don't have to be strong to win. You just have to be smart and use good technique. Students wear a uniform called a gi, which is like a thick robe. They train by practicing moves with a partner. They also do sparring, which is live practice, but in a safe way. The goal is not to hurt the other person, but to make them give up by tapping out. There are belts in BJJ to show how much a student has learned. Most people start with a white belt. As they get better, they earn new belts. The highest belt is black. But even black belts keep learning. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu takes years to master. It teaches patience, respect, and discipline. One famous story in BJJ is about a boy named Rickson Gracie. He was the son of Helio Gracie. When he was very young, he trained every day. People said Rickson was like a warrior. He became one of the best fighters in the world. He stayed calm during fights and used smooth, smart moves. He helped spread BJJ around the world. Another famous person in BJJ is a woman named Mackenzie Dern. She started training when she was a little girl. Her father was a world champion. Mackenzie worked hard and became a world champion too. She showed that women could be just as strong and skilled in BJJ as men. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is not just about fighting, it is also about solving problems. Each move is like a puzzle. You have to think carefully and stay calm. If something doesn't work, you try again in a different way. That's why many people say BJJ is like a game of chess with your body. People of all ages can do BJJ. There are classes for kids, teenagers, and adults. Even older people practice it to stay healthy and strong. BJJ builds confidence. It helps people feel safe and believe in themselves. Many students say it changes their lives for the better. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu began with a small group of people in Brazil, but now it is everywhere. It is a sport, a form of self-defense, and a way of life. All of this started because one man shared his skills and others kept improving them. That is the story of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.